Hey everyone, my name is Greg. I'm Midtown's Marketing and Events Manager.
I'm John. I'm the Digital Marketing Manager here at Midtown Comics.
And today we're here to talk to you about the first wave of DC Rebirth collected editions. We're both very big fans of DC Rebirth. DC was kind enough to send us these copies for an early look. As you could see, we have the first volume of Superman and the first volume of Aquaman. Now, the first volume of Superman goes on sale tomorrow.
Yep.
Once this video is posted, we'll have a link for where you can order it in the comments, as well as Aquaman. But also on sale tomorrow, Green Arrow. That is by Benjamin Percy, Otto Schmidt, and Juan Ferreira.
Yes.
We don't have a copy of that available, but it's a really, really good comic. If you like the show Arrow, if you're interested in Green Arrow, or if you've just always loved the character, check it out. And that'll be on sale tomorrow in addition to Superman. And this will be next week. So we're going to give you an early look at that. That's pretty cool. So first up, we are going to discuss Superman. We both love it so much. So John, why did you love Superman Volume 1 by Peter J. Tomasi, Patrick Gleason, Nick Gray, John Cleese, as well as Jorge Jimenez? I was unfamiliar with his work before this, but he really won me over with his work on Superman. So why do you love it?
I love it because these guys brought back my Superman. Yes, I'm dating myself. I understand that. I have nothing against new 52 Superman, but this is the classic Superman that I grew up on, and they brought him back, and within this, this collects the first of Rebirth, and then
the first Rebirth one shot, and then 5 or 6 issues.
5 or 6
issues.
It
on the back.
Let's see. In any event, this basically, it ties up a lot of where pre-Flashpoint Superman has been, how he exists in this whole universe, and the steps that lead him to take back the mantle of Superman and for this universe. So I thought it was really, really well written. God, I can't talk today. Obviously, the artistry and everything else here it's beautiful. It is what it is. It really just brought back a classic Superman tale. And that's what I loved about it. It really, it was heartwarming to just look back and say, yeah, that's Superman. That's the way it's supposed to be. And this whole book, since its inception with Peter J. Tomasi and Patrick Gleason, these guys have really just brought you back to what Superman is supposed to be. Yeah,
they're a great creative team.
Yeah.
If you're unfamiliar with their work in the New 52, Batman and Robin, they did the whole run of the New 52 Batman and Robin. The opening story arc, Born to Kill, it's one of my favorite Batman stories.
Yes.
So, definitely check that out as well. Do you want to show them a few pages?
Sure.
And the trade doesn't just come with the comics. It also comes with some extra content in the back, like character designs, a look at Pete Tomasi's script, I believe. So John's going to show off some pages.
This is the best page right here. I mean, literally, this is a callback to classic Superman, right then and there.
Yeah.
But aside from that,
So John's going to show you some pages. He explained very well why it is a must-read book. If you're interested in Superman, if you love Superman, or let's say you have no idea why people like Superman. You think he's you think he's boring, overpowered, whatever. Read the DC Rebirth Superman run, and after an issue or so, it'll probably turn you into a fan of the character, or at least make you more interested in him. Because not only is it about Superman, and not only does it do a great job handling the iconic Superman that everyone knows and expects, but it also does such a really, really good job with the family dynamic.
Yes.
With his relationship with Lois, as well as their son, John, who becomes the new incarnation of Superboy.
Yeah.
And there's just so much heart in this comic, so much of, the superhero fun that you'd expect. I mean, you have a giant battle on the moon. You have Lois wearing one of Batman's most formidable armors at one point. A bit of a spoiler, I'm sorry. But if
I'm going to get to that anyway.
If you're familiar with this creative team, what they've done, then it's a callback to their work. It's just, it's incredible. I loved rereading it. If you like the Man of Steel, it's well worth a double dip, even if you already own these issues. I mean, I'm happy to add this to my collection again. It is just such a tremendous read. It's probably the best modern Superman story I've read in quite some time, I think. No disrespect, of course, to all the other work, but it's really, really, really good. It never lets go of, yeah,
Should
sure,
I?
man, of
Should
course.
I? Okay.
And if you can't tell, it features Eradicator as well.
That is an awesome page, and for those of you who don't know, that's not Batman. Look what's being set up in the word blurb.
I mean, it's Superman being Superman. It's Superman being a father and a husband.
Yeah.
And you have Lois also, and Superboy is just, it'll break your heart, and it'll make you smile, and it'll make you cheer. I just love this comic. So yeah,
I think this is going to be,
definitely.
this is probably going to be one of the most iconic images of this year, with Superman and his son John. That's probably going to be, I mean, I want that as a poster. I don't know about you,
Yeah.
but I definitely want that as a poster.
There's also bonus content in the back. There's sketch,
So we have a couple of
variant covers.
And then from there you also have some sketches.
Yes, as well as the script. So the people who want to write out there, you can take a look at how Peter J. Tomasi wrote some of these scenes. It's a great comic.
Yeah, I mean, this is something, if you're a fan, a classic fan like I am, or you're just looking to get into it, this is the way to go. It literally gives you everything that you need.
Yeah. And what's the cover price on that? $16.99 for about 7 issues plus bonus content.
Plus bonus content.
Plus, it's a legitimately awesome story.
Yeah. And it's good. I mean, come on, why not?
Yeah.
You guys can check out the back too. He didn't give you a whole thing here.
So if you have a gift card to Midtown Comics, or you've a fan, a friend or a loved one out there who really, really likes the stuff that DC is doing in the movies or TV shows or video games, but they haven't read a comic yet, get them this.
Yes.
If they like the classic Superman movies, if they like Superman's portrayal in Supergirl, if they're just interested in Superman in general, but they don't know where to start with comics, there's so many great suggestions, but this is definitely what you need to pick up.
Yep.
Like, it's mandatory.
Definitely.
And so, if you can't tell by now, we both love this so much. We both, of course, give it 2 thumbs up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's a great collection. It's a great story, and it comes with a decent amount of backups as well.
Yeah. So I can't.
We love it. Yeah.
And now,
up next, we also have Aquaman,
Arthur,
Volume 1, written by Dan Abnett. It includes artwork from a lot of people, including a friend of the store, Brad Walker, Scott Eden, quite a few people. Have a look at the back there. So, let's say you have no idea why you should read an Aquaman comic. You've heard all the misconceptions. Aquaman is lame. Aquaman is boring. He has silly powers. He talks to fish.
he doesn't look like Jason Momoa.
He doesn't
Why
look
should
like
I get that?
he doesn't look as cool as Jason Momoa. Let's say you've heard all these things before, and
Look
you
at that.
are unsure why you should read an Aquaman comic. Volume 1, The Drowning, is absolutely worth your time and then some. Aquaman is a very interesting character, and he is sold short by a lot of people. He's a man trapped between 2 worlds, and he wants to help both. You know, he's trapped between wanting to rule Atlantis properly, bring them into the future, as well as wanting to repair the relationship between the place he grew up, the land dwellers, the United States. So he has an embassy to try to repair relations between Atlantis and the United States. He's doing his best to try to make things better. Obviously, Black Manta is going to make that very difficult for him. Black Manta hates Aquaman. If you're not sure why, it explains it in there. Yeah. This is very, very new reader friendly.
Yeah.
You can know nothing of Aquaman, and you can still really, really enjoy this. Or you could be well versed in Aquaman. You could have been following Aquaman for decades, and this is still written in a manner that not only caters to new readers, but also entertains pre-existing fans.
I think that's something that DC was going after, and they really hit the nail on the head with Rebirth, doing that with all their characters across the board. Whether you're a huge fan or you don't know anything about them, this is where to start. And it gives you, they're very precise in giving you all the details that you need, as you can see, for all the characters, all the character dynamics and everything else. It's really, really well written and put together.
Yeah.
So that it's a delight for any fan.
It's also really, oh, by the way, Mera, who will make her big screen debut
Yes.
in Justice League. You can see her character work there. This is just a really, really great comic. It not only teaches you about Aquaman, but it also does a great job handling Mera and his most iconic foe, Black Manta, as well. I'm sure some people are saying Ocean Master is his most iconic foe, fine. But Black Manta, you know, he's a big foe. He's a big antagonist when it comes to Aquaman. And this book does a great job juggling those three characters in a way that, you know, you can have no idea who Aquaman is, and you'll be entertained, and you'll walk out of it, you know what I mean, wanting to read more of Aquaman. And if you like Aquaman, you'll be curious to see where it goes next. And this is, of course, follow-up to the New 52. A big reason that relationships are so strained, Throne of Atlantis, which is a great, great story arc. Yeah, if you haven't read Throne of Atlantis, there's an immediate go-to recommendation.
Yes.
So, and
didn't they also do a film on that?
yes, there's an animated movie for Throne of Atlantis.
Right.
And there's also one more thing I want to show you in here. I don't want to give away the events of the comic too much, but the final issue,
you're gonna like this,
contains a big brawl between Superman, Aquaman, and Mera.
Now, will we see that in Justice League?
I have no idea, but it's a very good story about Arthur doing his best to be a noble king and also repair relationships, but the world is, both worlds are basically working against them. It's just incredibly difficult, and it really, really makes you admire this hero even more. Aquaman Volume 1, if you have a friend who says all those boring, dated Aquaman jokes that he dogs the fish, he's playing, get them this. If you know someone who likes Aquaman, get them this. If you know someone who is interested in Jason Momoa's Aquaman, it's a great read. And of course, we also recommend, we mentioned Jeff Johns' work before.
Yes.
The volume 1 for that is also a terrific read, as well as Throne of Atlantis. And there's a huge, huge catalog of good Aquaman stories as well.
Yeah.
So once again, Superman on sale tomorrow. You can order now on our website or pick it up in store.
Right.
This will go on sale next week. You can order a copy online, or you can pick it up in store. And also tomorrow there is Green Arrow, which has also been a very, very entertaining run.
Yes.
Thank you very much to DC for sending these, so we can get an early look at them. We really enjoyed both of them a lot. DC Rebirth, overall, I'm having a great time with it. I think, the objective was to get things back on track. The worst thing you can have with readers is just have them not care. If people are really negative about something, they're at least invested, they're at least following it. That means there's at least interest in those characters. And with New 52, it seemed like as things played out, people began to lose interest, unfortunately. The passion wasn't there.
It wasn't there, right.
Yeah, the passion wasn't quite there like it once was. And Rebirth was basically DC listening to the fans, saying, we've heard you want your iconic characters back. We know you want to remember what you love about them while seeing them move forward. And you absolutely see that with Superman and Aquaman.
So thank you, DC, for listening.
Yeah.
Because you did a great job, and you got us back.
Yeah. And thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. John and I and the other social media people will do our best to answer them later on. And once again, we will provide links to order these in the comments. So thank you very much for watching. Be good to each other and read these comics. They're good.